Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my mad tea party. So today, I know I'm super late with this video, not on purpose, but it's appropriate that we're doing the White Rabbit, the bunny who is always late for the Queen's croquet game and tea party. This outfit, super simple. I just basically Disney bounded it, took the colors that are in it, threw some gray shorts on with a white shirt and a flannel, and threw a little, yellow accent in the hair to make some floppy bunny ears. So if you guys want to see how I did this look, just keep watching. And I put the face paint on last so you guys can see the full glam makeup before I added bunny teeth. So let's get started.
So to start off, I'm just going to speed through this. I am just using some lip oil and then filling in my brows with a dark brown shade. This is all optional, of course, and then just putting on some brow mascara and prepping my eyes for shadow. This is all the same every tutorial. So now I'm going into the main squeeze palette from ColourPop, and I'm using the color Like It's Hot. This is probably my most used red. Very matte, very just true red, like out of a crayon box. And I am just putting this in my crease all the way across and then bringing it down on the outer V as well. Really the focal point of this look is going to be the glitter and obviously the face paint and stuff, but if you're not including that, you can make this red a little more intense. You can make it darker if you're doing like a more like nighttime smoky eye, but I went lighter just so it matched the White Rabbit. Now I'm going in with the color Stinger on a fluffy brush and just blending out the harsh edges of the red. This is from the Honey palette. I really like this yellow as well. It's a pretty true yellow, again, completely matte, no shimmer, no sparkle, none of that. And I'm just blending it so it creates this nice sunsetty orange in the middle, but also, I don't know, I like the yellow highlight versus a pure white highlight. I think it just adds a little bit of something to the look, but yeah, I'm just blending that up towards the arch of my brow. Now going in with the color Big Gulp. This is more of what I would call like a salmon-y color. It's a little more orange than red, but I'm just putting that all over the lid, and this is going to be the base for our glitter. If you wanted to do like a really bright gray kind of glitter, I would suggest using a shimmery gray shadow instead of this one, but the glitter that I'm using has a bit more of a gray and purple effect, so adding some purple just kind of gives it a little more oomph when you put it on, gives it some different reflex. So now I'm just taking a little bit of glue, putting that on my lid. I personally use lash glue because it's all I have. Do not do that on other people. I just do it on myself because it's what I have and it's easier. But here's the glitter. So like I said, it's a little bit gray, it's a little bit purple, and it has a really cool effect with red. I think it just brings out the purple a lot more. So I'm just packing this on with a fluffy brush on half of my lid. Now I put on my liner and my lashes, and I am going into my primer. So this is the Care Bear primer that smells like lemonade, and I am just dropping this all over my face. I actually really like this primer applied with a brush. I think it works a lot better, and it didn't feel gritty. When I used it with my hands, for some reason, it felt almost like it was trying to exfoliate my skin, and it did not feel like that this time. So I just buffed it in with a brush. For this collection to be a limited edition Wet n Wild collection, I'm actually pretty impressed with all these Care Bear products. So now I'm going in with my Maybelline Superstay with a wet sponge. This is one of the Care Bear sponges actually, and I really like how it performs. This came in the Care Package pack, like the big pack of rainbow colored sponges, and so far so good with those. They're just as good as the other sponge that I reviewed, the color changing one. I don't think this collection's out anymore. At least my Walmart has sold out of it. So if you can still get it online, I would suggest picking some things up because it's actually pretty good. Going with my Pretty Fresh concealer. This is just standard concealing for me under the eyes, on the nose for a little bit of concealer and highlight. And then of course my Cupid's bow just to even it out and also provide a highlight. And on my chin for contouring purposes. So then I just blended that out with my sponge. I use the same sponge. Some people don't. I do because I think it just gives it a more seamless blend, and I don't like dirtying 2, 3, 4 sponges for one look. I think it's kind of wasteful, and obviously it makes your sponges not last as long. So I'm just blending this out, and as you can see, I'm using like the flat side, the fat side, all of it's good. And then I started contouring with my e.l.f. contouring kit. For this one, I really wanted to highlight the apple of my cheek, so I did go pretty heavy on it. It's a little bit costumey. You can always adjust it for your taste. But you can see here, I'm going in pretty dark by the hairline and getting right under the apple of my cheek, so I have these kind of chubby bunny cheeks. And then just on the sides of my nose a little bit. Again, not super important with the face paint, but if you're not doing that, this is what I would do. And then some, I think this is the Care Bear blush actually too. So I'm throwing this on. It's very pink, very like bright, kind of like the CoverGirl Cheeksters. That's the kind of pink we're getting here. So I am just blending this in with a BH brush, and then I used Heroin Pencil from MAC to line my lips. Now, this is like the darkest shade I have that matched Club Hopper, which is the liquid lipstick I'm using from NYX for this. If you have a really dark brown or red pencil, I would suggest using that, but this was the darkest lip liner I had with me, so this is what I used. And I haven't used this color in a long time, and I think it ended up looking very cool with the purples and reds. It made it kind of more of like a, I don't know, dark and sinister White Rabbit, which he's not really a good guy, but he's not a bad guy either. So I guess it kind of makes sense. So now for the bunny features. I am just outlining my bunny cheeks, which I never get even on the first try, with some white paint and bringing it up underneath my nose. So it gives us the kind of like, you know, like how you would draw a bunny in kindergarten type effect with the mouth. And then I just filled them in with the white paint. And of course, this is my Snazaroo water activated white paint. And an e.l.f. foundation brush. These brushes are awesome. If you don't have a ton of money for like actual body painting brushes, I highly recommend these brushes. They're like $2 and super easy to use. So then I went in with the pink that is in this kit. I didn't have to pre-mix, which is amazing. I hate having to mix face paint because it's such a pain with water activated. But yeah, I got this out of the kit, put a little bit on my nose, made sure it was really saturated because pink can go streaky. It's one of those colors, not as bad as purple, but it definitely can go that way. And then threw on some whiskers because that's important. And yes, it kind of does look like a cat. But, you know, it is what it is. So then I threw on my eyebrows over top of my eyebrows. This is just the white little fluffies that I do whenever I do any of my bunny looks. And finally, probably the most important part, the rabbit teeth. The White Rabbit doesn't really have teeth that you can see in the animation, but I think it's pretty important to add for the look. Otherwise, I could be any woodland animal. So I just painted them on top of my lips, and if you get any white on your lip, just blend it out with your finger and it gives you a nice little highlight. So I just went in, made sure they were really white, really saturated, and very, very square and prominent on my face, so you can tell what I am. And this is it. So this is the last little step here. I put my hair in pigtails so that they would resemble bunny ears. So hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.